Alright, I just picked up a NEL snake coil. I got it from jmtmetaldetectors.com. He carries the NEL coil, so give John a call. But I got the snake I'm going to try on the Etrac today. And then I got the Eclipse, Weiss Eclipse, and the Fisher, I just call it a little football coil. And this is give you an idea how they compare. The little football coil is a little bit thinner, you know, this way. About the same length. The snake is a little wider, and the Eclipse is about the same size, but just a little skinnier also. But I'm glad they came out with this coil for the Etrac. I think it's going to be awesome in real trashy areas. So here in a minute we're going to load it up onto the Etrac and go give it a try. I'm here at this local school. I'm going to give the NEL snake coil a test. You know, I expect to find the normal stuff out here like zinc pennies and clad and junk. So, you know, the coils I don't think it's not really made for depth but more separation. So I'm just going to dig some targets out here, test this coil out and see how it does. Got our first targets hitting at 38. $37. Kind of acting like a shallow zinc penny. Got a hold of another pistol probe, got it for a good deal, so I bought it. But I really like these, but they're not real durable, but I like the way they operate. Yeah, there's the coin. That's what it was, a shallow zinc. Got a real shallow 45 here, probably surface dime or copper penny. Right there next to the sidewalk. Is that a rock there? A little muddy, it rained. Alright, just dig it out with my digger, I guess. Thought it was like a surface dime. Yeah. There it is. Wasn't so much surface, but it was a clad dime. This looks like a surface quarter. Hitting 1147. Sure enough, it was actually kind of on edge in the grass, but just a surface quarter. This target here looks like a deeper copper penny dime type signal, a little bit deeper. Showing pretty far down there. But with this smaller coil, the depth reading's probably off. We'll dig this one out. I want to go over this one a little bit more. I centered the target now, so let's see. Given a pretty steady numbers for as deep as it is. Or with a stock coil, I would expect a signal like that to be, you know, 9 inches deep. But with this little coil, probably pushing 5 or 6, but we'll see. I haven't used it a whole lot, but I just know how they react. See if we can see the depth. Okay, so far so good. The target is still in the hole. That is an 8-inch blade, so that's safe to say we're 6 inches down already, and it's still in the hole. But I know it's getting close. Okay, it's in the plug. In the plug. In the grass. Oh, there it is. Just a copper penny, but it was a good 6.5 inches down there anyway, so that ain't bad with little coil. It's giving a fairly accurate reading. I'm running a trashy bark pattern, as you can see up here. Here's one. Trying to hit borderline my nickel, in my nickel zone, but if I open up the screen, constant 12-15. Gold rings can hit in there, but a lot of times those square tabs hit right there. So I close my pattern back up. He just barely hits it, so we'll see what this is. I'm expecting like a square tab or something. Fairly shallow. See if we can get it with a screwdriver. That may have been it right there. Yep. That's exactly what it was. I call them square tabs. They're not exactly square, but close enough. They usually hit right above a nickel. Sometimes right on nickel. Especially if they're broke off like this. Sometimes they'll hit right at nickel. About a 36. A lot of times the corroded zincs will do that. Make just a little tiny little plug. Yep, that's what it was, a corroded zinc. Here's another one in the shallow quarter range. Should be a surface quarter. Yep. Surface quarter. Oh, a real shallow 1137. Most likely just a zinc penny. Probably get it with a screwdriver too. Yep, right there. I just hit it. Is that a rock? No, I hit it. So. Well, maybe that was a rock. Yeah, it's moving on me now. All that for a zinc. Another quarter signal. This one seems like it's a little deeper. Showing about 6-7 inches, which is probably more like 4. We'll see if we can get it with the pin pointer here if my detector don't fall over. Had a car pulling up. I was hoping it wasn't someone here to try to kick me out of here. elusive. Thing's elusive. Nice. It's running away. Don't want to get dug up. I seen a piece of iron in there. Sure enough, a rusty, almost like one of them hooks. Didn't want to dig much. There was some people pulled up here to, I guess they're going to try. I guess they were checking the baseball field to see if it was dry enough to play on. Maybe I was fooled by rusty iron that time. I'll recheck the hole. Okay, I just dug that rusty screw or whatever it was, but I'm still getting a quarter signal. So we can find it was supposedly right under, right in here. Could be I pinpointed on the rusty iron before, but I'm almost in the same plug. So just a little bit off, a couple inches. And the signal was, it was really, you know, good and repeatable and everything. Same thing, kind of elusive again. You can find it. Okay, we got it out of the hole. Not there. There it is. Man. Okay, there was a quarter down there, but there was some rusty iron near it. There's something in my nickel area, a little deeper it looks like. It was jumping around a bit. I don't know, nickel that shallow shouldn't have been jumping so much, but who knows. Might be something else, might be some trash or probably seen some foil. Still down there a bit. Oh, look at that. Was a nickel. Yeah, it hit in my nickel notch, but it was just the numbers were jumping a little bit, so that's why you dig them. Got one trying to hit in the dime copper penny range. Pretty good signal. Showing about 6 inches deep, probably more like 4. So it's a little ways down there because the pinpointer don't hit it. A bit rocky too. Hey, wow, it's been hit by a mower or something. See, the edge is curled up. It's a clad dime. Got another one in the quarter area. Real shallow. This ought to be shallow. Should be able to hit it with a screwdriver. There, I think that was it. Or that rock right there. There it is. Yep. Shallow quarter. This here looks like a shallow zinc signal. Pretty steady. Probably can get this with a screwdriver. It's actually a little bit deeper than I thought. Zinc penny. There's one in the dime copper penny range. Doesn't appear to be too deep. You can barely get it with a pinpointer, so it's 3 inches maybe. That ought to be close. Actually a little deeper, but the pistol probe, it'll go probably 4 inches down there in the ground. That's why I like it. There it is. That's a copper penny. Another something in the copper penny range, dime range, a little bit deeper. See if I can get this with a probe. I think that was it, just barely hit it. So it's a little deeper. Rocky. Clad dime, maybe 4 inches. Here is a shallow 36. 37, 36. Probably zinc. Suspecting shallow zinc. That may have been it. A lot of rocks under the surface too, so a lot of times you'll hit one of them. Sometimes better just to get out the digger. It's actually a little deeper than I thought. I thought it was going to be, you know, an inch or so in the ground. Elusive. You know, I found a pretty good deal on a like new Sunray probe on eBay, and the guy shipped it to me last week or whatever, and I've been tracking it, seeing when it's going to get here, and they changed the delivery date to today from Monday, and I thought, oh, good deal. But I looked online, it's in the wrong town, about 60 miles away, out for delivery I was like, that ain't good. But I called the post office. They said it had the correct delivery address on it and everything, but they don't know, but for whatever reason it's in a town 60 miles away out for delivery. So we'll see what happens.